the purple and gold dealing with maturity issues. And we get to award the Dolt of the Week. Cole Sports presents on the Daily. But thank you for joining me on this corner of the sports world. I am Cole Johnson, and let's get to it right away. Maestro, topic of the day, please. Seemingly, we're going out to sunny Southern California. LA to be exact. Seemingly, the organization that has gone to more finals than any other in the NBA and has won 16 of them, the Los Angeles Lakers, seem to have an issue with maturity. Is it along those lines, though, of D'Angelo Russell and Nick Young? Thank the Lord it's not. We're not talking about snitching and cheating. But we are talking about silliness. Enter Kyle Kuzma in one corner and Lonzo Ball in the other. And I'm so thankful that we're talking about a ball and it's not LeVar that's in it. So, to give you an understanding or a brief synopsis of this, Kyle Kuzma, Lonzo Ball, both are really close. But they both love to jostle each other. They both love to roast each other. And they both love to do it publicly. Hence, Kyle Kuzma on social media giving Lonzo Ball the, quote, Player Hater of the Year award. Close quote. Then, if that wasn't bad enough, Lonzo decides to strike back. And since he's getting his rap star on, he decides to go and channel Pusha T and do a diss track dedicated to Kyle Kuzma, titled Kylie Kuzma. Now, the Lakers organization has told both players, look, tone it down. We don't need to have this out into the public. Memo to Lakers organization. Too late! It's already out there. You just got to deal with it. Now, both players have said, okay, we'll ease up. But both said that it wouldn't ever get personal because they know boundaries that are set and they won't cross it. Yeah, it's all fun and games until someone says that one offhand comment that would want to choke the other. Yeah, the Lakers were smart to say, look, put a bow on this. Chill. Cut. And this is the organization that every fan, especially Lakers fan, wants to have LeBron James join. Because you're all are saying, this is the greatest organization in NBA. We can have it all. People want to come to sunny California, where it is 80 degrees in January and 80 degrees in June. You know, we have a pedigree. No other team has gone to the NBA Finals more than we have. We retired jerseys. We're the organization of Jerry West and Magic Johnson and Shaquille O'Neal and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Kobe Bryant. We are the creme de la creme. But we also have a romper room for a locker room. What grown man would want to go into that locker room and feel as though they have to become a kindergartner teacher? LeBron is 33 years old. Do you think that he, in any combination of other free agents that you may think, any free agent that's available and any free agent that isn't one, because it's purple and gold that you think that they would just all of a sudden want to happily join the team because it's Southern California and the rings are the thing. The Lakers organization as presently constituted is not ready for a championship run exclamation point in the discussion. So why would you want to entertain bringing a vet who has gone to the finals 8 straight years to a team that he may be able to lift them to certain heights and places, but mentally they're not even close to there, because they'd rather roast each other as they see on Comedy Central than be focused on taking down the Warriors. And that is the topic of the day. When I return, we are going to award this episode's Dolt of the Week. Coming up with tomorrow's episode of On the Daily, we're going to discuss the Capitals. Will they actually visit their very own city's White House? Well, most of them are. Find out who are and who won't. And we're going to go champions personified with Rafael Nadal. No. And then we're going to award the next champions personified. That's tomorrow's edition of On the Daily, but we haven't finished with today's. And this is the time of the week where I get to lay out. I get to look at a sucker that has done some really nefarious things and call them out on the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your next Dolt of the Week! Dolt of the Week, it is sponsored by nobody. The winner of this episode's Dolt of the Week is... Patriots wide receiver Julian Edelman. Okay, let me set the stage real fast for you. So late last week, the NFL releases a statement saying that Edelman is going to be suspended for the first 4 games of the 2018 season. Why? Because he tested positive for a performance-enhancing drug. What drug? Your guess is as good as mine. ESPN's Mike Golick took to the airwaves and he said that he calls BS on the NFL for not knowing what the substance that Edelman tested positive for is. And look, I'm not the biggest fan of the NFL offices. The Shield's corporate office has been extremely horrible the last few years because they have made gaffe after gaffe after gaffe after gaffe. PR related, player related, owner related. They have just made misstep after misstep. And this, I could see, could be another misstep. However, I do not give Edelman a pass here. This is why. Athletes in almost every professional sport trains, I would have to say at least 9 months out the year. I would dare say no less than 10. And I'm sure you do some sort of exercise all throughout the year. But you may tone it down and ease up just a tad during the off season. So athletes pretty much know what to do in terms of how far to push your body, how far you want to push your body past your breaking point the time before, how much you want to push your body, how strenuous you want to do so, and most importantly, what you put into your body. Because you see, players want to do the impossible. They want to push the envelope. They want to test substances that, well, we may know that this is going to test for positive. We may know that this tests positive, but you know what? Let's try this out anyway. You cannot tell me that players don't have a list each year that the NFL gives them that says, okay, this substance is fine, this substance is not. And you look at a substance and it's not on that list for positive or negative, and they say, okay, well, hey, it's not listed as positive, it's not listed as negative, let's take it anyway. You mean to tell me that the NFL has no clue? And Edelman himself doesn't have a clue? And you have this happening? So Edelman, of course, is appealing that suspension, obviously, for the exact reason that Golick is saying. You can't be the NFL and not know what the substance is and just simply say, okay, you tested positive for blank substance, you're going to serve 4 games. Yeah, NFL's at fault for that. However, the player, the athlete himself, he or she, because there's some female athletes that are awesome too, knows what to put in their bodies. That's legal to the organization in which they play and to the league in which they belong to. Athletes know this. So there's no excuse for the athlete to test positive for any substance, known and unknown. So this is a patriot getting egg on his face message. No, this is you're an athlete. You got to know what to put in your body, and it's stupid that you actually put something that probably is on the negative side or is on the positive side, that you try to push the envelope so much that you get slapped on the wrist. Statement. And if it is a substance that is not on the list for PEDs, it should mean that you should never touch it. Simple and plain. You shouldn't fool with it. Oh, this is something that's not on the list that I can take, but it's not on the banned substance list? Bye-bye. Don't go fool with it. And you move on from there. But no, Edelman had to push the envelope. Well, the envelope pushed back. And now, you may be able to stem the tide, but you already know you're going to get these games. Sorry for you. If you happen to like this episode or any other episode that you have seen thus far, subscribe to Cole Sports on YouTube. Come on now, you know you love this flavor, and I'm going to bring more of it to you. And speaking of bringing more flavor to you, join me on Instagram. No, not right now. After this video is over, for question of the day. And the question for today is, I'm not going to tell you here. You got to go on Instagram and find out what that question is. That's what it's for. And you may see me pop up on Facebook Lives. You may see me pop up on Periscopes. Because Cole Sports is going to go live more often. Because I want to interact with you. I want to hear what you all have to say, see what you all have to say, and talk with you. I'm a man of the people just like you are. I want to reach out to you and see what you feel. See what you think. Like my boy T Weezy on Instagram asked me about Anthony Davis wanting to be a part of the Warriors. I want that. That interaction. That's what I love. Because I represent you all. And you all are the intelligent sportswomen and sportsmen all across the globe. And that's all the time I have. Thank you for joining me, intelligent sportsman, intelligent sportswoman. I am so glad I get a chance to do this. I'm Cole Johnson, and this is yet another edition of Cole Sports on the visual and on the daily.